Stomping anybody, so make your choice right. Select to make your first pick.
I'm nice at this shit.
Choose and pick the best one.
Nigga, stop playing with me. I do this, nigga.
Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nigga, I'm goated. Look at me. Look at the way I just do this shit nicely, nigga. Talk to me nice. What's good? What's great? What's golly? Welcome to this rematch tips and trick guide. Whether you're new to the game or whether you're just a seasoned beta player and you're trying to figure out some new elements to add to your game, this video will help you cover the essential mechanics, help you cover maybe some pro strategies that you didn't even know about, and honestly will have you ready to dominate when you out there on the pitch by yourself playing with randoms or with teammates. So let's go ahead and dive right into this video. All right, first off, there are two different ways that you can go ahead and worry about trapping or receiving a ball. There's like a default trap, which is basically that. So if I'm just and I call for it back, I don't press anything. I don't do anything. I don't press any buttons. I don't do anything. I literally let the ball come to me and keep it effortless. Now, once you do this is more so when you're just in the position and maybe your goalie's trying to pass you the ball, or your friend's trying to pass you the ball, or the random is, and you don't want to mess up. You don't want to put yourself in a crazy position when you are trying to trap the ball. So I'm going to kick it away. Once you get it, you just literally stand there and let it come straight to you. Make sure that you already keep it on point and you go and track for the ball. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the default. You simply letting the ball come to you without pressing any buttons. This is literally the safest way to control the ball, and it's great for maintaining possession, especially under pressure. So I would use this when I'm trying to be, I'm trying to slow down the game, or I'm real surrounded. If I got 2 or 3 people around me, I don't really want to go too crazy or do anything. I just really want to get the ball and keep it. I want to look, I want to pay attention, I want to make sure I can make the right passes and get the ball and not trap it. Next step is the directional trap. And now some people are probably trying to figure out what's the directional trap. What are you talking about? What you got to do is simply let the ball come to you. Don't do anything else. Just press the button. It's super simple and it's super easy, and you don't really have to do much. But this is basically used for when you're trying to be, you want to be safe, you want to be smart, you want to slow down the game. So if I get the ball from my goalkeeper, I'm gonna sit there, get it. I might have a teammate going over here and I might want to make a pass, or I might want to sit down and just make a turn and just go ahead and try to get the play and get it set up. Now, this is real easy because, like I said, you don't have to do too much. You just really sit there. Sometimes you got to gauge the ball, sometimes you got to figure out where it's going, but it's going to come straight to you and you let it come, and now you got it trapped, and now you receive the ball, and this is really going to go. Because a lot of people don't realize that receiving and trapping is one of the biggest things in the game. If you can't receive, you can't trap, you're kind of sitting there being useless on offense. So you're better off being in the back playing defense and letting your teammates be the striker or the midfielder or whatever. Now the next one is when you're trapping, is when you press A into a direction. Well, it's A or X depending if you Xbox or PlayStation. So you let it come and then you get it set up. So you're really ready to go. You're really ready to go ahead and do a counter strike, a counter attack, whatever you want to call it. And you're getting your teammates really ready for this. And it's so dope because this really lets you get into immediate reposition and immediate quick turn. So you can do a fast break or getting away from defenders or what have you. So you just want to do that. You can do a quick turnaround, get ready, make a shot or take a shot, whatever. It really depends on what situation when you decide to use the default trap or when you have to use the A directional tap or X directional tap, depending on if you're an Xbox or PlayStation, like I said previously. But once you do that, you just get that, you get ready and go. You turn your camera, make a pass, get ready and get set up for whatever shots. Those are the 2 main parts, the default trap, and I call it the directional trap, default receive, or the directional receive, whatever you want to call it. All right, next up is passing, because I see a lot of people passing the ball with their shoot button. I see a lot of my teammates, a lot of my goalkeepers, and a lot of just people in general just trying to make a pass while you shoot. That's not how you do it. Y'all need to watch the prologue. Y'all need to go ahead and go through the tutorial system, because there are two different types of passes. You got a straight pass, which is with X. You use X in the analog stick or square in the analog stick, depending if you're on PlayStation. And that is how you get the, the little sexy passes, back, forward, side, diagonal. Just depends on where you wanted to go. And this is really how you get everything set up on offense. Or you want to advance the ball, you want to split between two defenders, you want to get ready for that offense attack. But I know a lot of folks don't understand how or when to do it. This is why we got you. And next up is the lob pass. This is the most insane broken pass outside of the next one I'm going to tell you, because this easily lets your teammates get ready and take a shot. A lot of people, try to get the ball, they do the wall passes, which is the next thing I'm gonna talk about, to get that nice little shot. But this is how you can set your teammate up. You can use it to get over a defender. You can use it to split a defender. You can even use it to get it in the corner over there, just for a better position and the angle, so you can go attack mid. It just depends. But use the pass buttons, please. And how you do the lob pass is your trigger, so your RB, R1 with X or square, depending for PlayStation or Xbox, and you still use the left stick to control where it goes. And I know a lot of people actually kind of sleep on this, because they want to be the egoist, they want to be the striker, they don't want to be the one really passing the ball. But it's okay, pass the ball. That's really what you got to do. And I just showed y'all one previously. We're going to use the wall pass. The wall pass is one of the most insanely broken things that has been started off in the beta. Because if you really sit here and think about it, I know it's walls over here, but it's not just for boundaries. This is really how you get nice. How you get creative with the game. You're supposed to use these walls to do some passes. So if I use this wall to set myself up, I can give me a good little shot. Or if I'm over here and I want to do a nice little cross to my teammate, I can use the wall. I know a lot of people are really just kind of, oh, we can't get out. Okay, we just in the box. That's it. No, you can really use this wall to do some crazy things. And one of the main ones, I know a lot of people do this and then get the shots. You kind of want to make sure the ball is landing around here with this, near this white circle, I want to say. And that's because the goalkeeper can jump out and grab it from you and steal the shot, steal your shot and ultimately save it. So you kind of want to do a full power shot, get your little sprint, and make sure you get your shot there, or serve it up for a teammate, get you a nice little assist. That's how you do those different passes. But we're going to move on to stamina management. Stamina management is very crucial for both offense and defense. And I'm going to tell you a little something about this. The higher your stamina bar is, so I'm gonna do my extra effort. So the higher your stamina bar is, the faster the extra effort comes. The more I use it, the slower the extra effort comes up. So you just got to pay attention to that. Just because once you burn that extra effort and you keep holding on, well, I'm in super now, but once you burn that extra effort and you keep holding on to your stamina, you will not be able to get that back as quick, especially when you need it in certain plays and areas. So you need to make sure you pay attention to that and use the extra effort. And I want to say, in high crucial moments, like chasing down a breakaway or making a last ditch tackle, or even you want to fake off a defender or something like that by using it. You want to just make sure that you're not wasting the extra effort. 'Cause I see a lot of players just going ahead and burning it just to try to get a burst of speed, and it's like, oh, that's okay, but that's not what the tech is there for. So you want to just pay attention and make sure you use it in the right positions. And I'm gonna talk about the low stamina. So let me burn my stamina all the way, maybe all the way to the end. You actually gradually get slower. So you want to pay attention to when that's happening, because you can be in a terrible play, a terrible position, and you're trying to get there. You have no stamina now, so you're actually hurting your teammates. But even with your stamina is down to its lowest, you still want to save the extra effort, because once you get here, you can still boost and use it and get the speed that you need from the extra effort, which is why you don't want to expend or use that at any point in time. That's not really useful. I know this is probably something that's real minute, that's real small, that's real detailed, but I know a lot of people that just spam and run around and speed. Slow it down. I know it's a lot of moments where you feel like you got to sprint, you got to run around, you actually don't. So I find myself, when I'm not in the play, more times I'm probably like a sitter mid, or I'm trying to be the striker, so I'm not really running around that much. I would jog. I would just jog, get my energy, and you know, then I would get into the play. I don't necessarily have to make sure I'm sprinting all the time. If I want to sprint and get to a position, I would. I even use extra effort. But other than that, I'm more times than not, I'm communicating and I'm, you know, trying to get in the right positions, talking to my teammates until I really need to sprint. So just pay attention to when you need to sprint, when to use the extra effort, because that goes a long way. And y'all heard me mention communication. So this goes to my next point. Y'all, we have communication. We have comms in the game. I know a lot of y'all probably scared, or y'all probably don't want to talk to people because y'all shut-ins and y'all nervous or whatever. Bro, this is soccer. You gotta, football, soccer, whatever y'all want to call it, you have to communicate. You have to talk. This is a team game at the end of the day. If you cannot communicate, you cannot talk, it will hurt. It's a bunch of times that I played this game with randoms. Not using communication is one of the biggest reasons why we lost. So if you're solo queuing, make the most out of the communication tools, y'all. Encourage your teammates. Ask for the ball. Don't be afraid to call out, you know, plays for them or ask for the ball. Like, it's honest to God frustrating and irritating when y'all ignore the communications in the game. It's built in, especially on PC, bro. If we can communicate, we can win. It's gonna be easy. A lot of y'all are so scared or just so ignorant to the fact that this is really the key to the game, communicating. If I communicate to you to get into a position, or you can tell me to get into a position, or you can tell me, hey man, mark him, or get into this, you know, 2-1, 2-3, whatever you want to do, it will make the game 10 times easier. Just communicate. Just use the comms. I'm sorry I got to say this, but just use it. Just use it. Oh my God, I really had to do it, bro. It'd be bothering the hell out of me, bro. Yesterday, I just really lost the game because of fucking random wanted to kick the ball this way when we could have scored the other way, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But let's go ahead and move on to some of the best ways, you know, to score. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go over some of the best ways to score. And honestly, some of the best ways to score has to deal with your positioning. So you always want to make sure you're in a good position. So, you know, receive the ball or pass the ball. It kind of depends on your team makeup. So if you want to be, you know, you a center mid or you're the striker, whatever, you want to make sure you're in a good position. Next up is that right there, that wall pass. This is an advanced move that will help you when it comes to either making the cross or setting yourself up for what it is. Could be one of the best plays that you ever did. You know, just kind of make sure that you're utilizing this box, you're utilizing your teammates' positions, everything like that, because it will help you when it comes to the game. And next up, I really need y'all to practice in free play mode, whether that's you doing your dribble moves, you trying to figure out the right angles to where you can make a shot, or you want to talk about, hey, you may want to make the right passes. How can you make a pass from here to there? You know, get your measurements down, your meters, whatever. You know, you kind of want to just use the free play mode because it's here not to just shoot goals, not to just run around and not take advantage of it. So make sure you're really practicing this. You're practicing your rainbow flicks. You're practicing your control. You know, everything, because once you get in the game, it's going to be second nature to you. That's when the muscle memory comes into play. And here are some other quick pro tips that, you know, that might help you. Don't over dribble, because if you over dribbling too much, you're actually burning your stamina. And on top of that, you're slowing down the game. Don't nobody want to see you over here try to do all these fire moves that either A, isn't leading to a pass, or B, isn't leading to a shot, you know? So just make sure that you don't over dribble. Also, when it comes to playing defense, you don't want to waste your slide. You really don't. It's all good and dandy that you want to be that guy. You want to go the extra mile and try to get there, but you're really hurting yourself and you're hurting your team, because once you slide, you're sliding yourself out the play and everybody's going to go by you. You kind of want to hold LT or L2, depending on what control you're on, and either press A, press B, just to be in front of the defender's face, giving them pressure, everything along those lines. And also pay attention to the mini map. The mini map helps you a ton. If I can't really see it's defenders coming at me, it's a mini map at the bottom that will tell me it's either 1, 2, 3, whatever. It'll tell me where my teammates at, so I don't have to, turn around and look to make a pass. Use the mini map. Use the mini map. And if you have to adjust your camera or POV to help you more when it comes to, the field, do that. Do what you got to do to help yourself. I kid you not. But once you get all these tips and tricks and you master this stuff down, you will be above the rest when it comes to this game. At least 80-90% of the people that's going to play this game won't be doing these things. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and tell me if you have any tips or tricks that can help other players, because I would love to keep learning, keep playing, and keep hosting these tournaments with y'all when it comes to Rematch. Rematch is shaping up to be a breath of fresh air for soccer games. It's fast, skill-based, and all about the thrill of playing with your friends. If you're looking for a game that captures the feeling of football and not just a simulation, this is the one to watch. So you guys got to let me know in the comments, are you excited for Rematch? What features do you want to see added? And if you played the beta, what did you think? I want to see those top plays, those top saves, those top passes. I want to see everything. But more importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that noti bell for more deep dives into the latest games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the pitch.